Good afternoon and welcome to the Marcus Today end of day report for Friday the 30th of July. And a bit of sogginess to finish the week. We had the ASX 200 down nearly 25 points to 7,393, which makes us going nowhere for the week, pretty much unchanged. We had a high today of 74.38 and a low of 73.88, but it was very much a bit of an afternoon slide that saw the index close down that 25 points. Really and truly, there wasn't a huge amount going on. There was a lot of quarterlies out again today. We had the National Australia Bank announcing a $2.5 billion on-market buyback, but quarterlies did dominate, and we had some winners, and the major moves today were the likes of Liontown, Janus Henderson, Adriatic Minerals, Telex, JMS, which is Jupiter Minerals Mines, and P&I, Pinnacle, and Event Hospitality. Some of the losers today included Marley Spoon, Triple M, down 21.5% today. Red Bubble, Sezzle had a quarterly out today, not particularly good news for Sezzle. Origin also guidance today, not good. We saw Clinuvel down as well, and GRR, Grange Resources, and Fortescue FMG in the iron ore sector taking a big hit today. The only positive sectors today really were the banks and the big miners, but that was really BHP, which was up 0.3%, Rio down around 0.6%, and Fortescue falling 5.3% today. So a big fall in Fortescue. There was seen to be a little bit of research around suggesting that this may be as good as it gets for Fortescue. Negative sectors today included the healthcare sector, with CSL falling 0.7% and Fisher & Paykel down 1.3%, Cochlear down 0.9%. Tech stocks were also on the nose. We had WiseTech down 2.3%, Xero down 0.5%, Computershare down 2.7%, Afterpay taking a big hit. The buy now, pay later sector very much on the nose. Sezzle dropped 11% after their quarterly report. Afterpay dropped 5.3%, and Zip was also back in the doghouse, and they closed down 4.3%. So no good news there. Industrials also a little weaker across the board. Wesfarmers down 0.5%, Aristocrat down 1.4%. Transurban had a relatively good day, up 1.4% as well. And the REITs did quite well today, with Centre Group, 2.4% to the Goodman Group, also 0.6% to the group. The big bank basket firmed slightly. Banks were one of the only good sectors, with NABs announcing that $2.5 billion on-market buyback. Stock rose 0.6%, CBA up 0.2%. The big bank index, or the basket, rose to $177.81. The all-tech index down 2.3%. Gold slightly higher today in Aussie dollar terms, 24.76. Bitcoin slipping a little bit, 39.790 at the moment. The Aussie dollar relatively steady at 73.81. 10-year yields slightly better, 1.18%. And Asian markets really got whacked again today. We had the Hang Seng index currently down around 2%, Nikkei down 1.8%, and Shanghai down 0.5%. So our market very much following some of those Asian markets. Dow futures currently down around 130 odd points, and Nasdaq futures down around 1.3% as well. So not good news there for a lead-in for the US market. As far as our movers and shakers go today in the market, we had Liontown did well, 9.47%, good quarterly today. And Adriatic Metals, 7.3% to the good. ADT is the stock code there. Rio Movers in Serbia may be helping them with in terms of their project they have in Bosnia-Herzegovina, and that area is getting a little bit more attention. Janus Henderson also got some good broker upgrades today, it looked like, and the stock rose 7.7%. And TLX up 5.4% on a production facility update. Western Areas also gave us some guidance today, and the market seemed to light that up, 4%. Triple M Marley Spoon was knifed. We had the quarterly results coming out last night. Challenging was a word that popped up quite a lot for the Marley Spoon numbers, and I have to say the numbers weren't exactly stunning in terms of users and growth. The market really didn't like them, down 21.5% today. Same with Sezzle, quarterly report there as well, not really doing much. And we also saw some escrow stock being released. They fell 11% today. Origin released their quarterly report and guidance, 7.85% down. Afterpay in the doghouse, down 5.3% today. Sezzle, those numbers really not helping Afterpay. A2 Milk got creamed. They did announce completion of the Matura Valley acquisition, but still fell 4.3%. And Fortescue down 5.3%. Suspect there was some broker research about that one, but we did see the iron ore price slip below $200, so that really didn't help with a 5.3% loss for them, and a 5.6% loss for Grange Resources, GRR, the stock code there. Everybody still loves lithium, though. We had Galaxy up 3.6%, and we had Orocobre, which is its partner in crime, at 3.4% to the good. Lake Resources, one that I'll be talking about later on Ask the Analyst, up 8.1% today. They're having a really good day, and they were issuing some bonus shares as well. Hastings Technology also doing well today, up 5.3%. And Neo Metals, NMT, up 8.2% after their quarterly. My favourite stock, Archer Materials, fell 5.1% today. A little bit of profit taking to close the week out, with Damstra closing down 6.7%. Again, suspect there was a little bit of profit taking pre the weekend. And Zip down 4.3%. Whisper had a trading update today, and they weren't whispering, they were screaming, down 11.3%, or 32 cents to $2.50. Speculative stock of the day today is a stock called A8 Common. 8CO is the stock code there. They rose 72.7%. They had a good day today. They came back from suspension, and they had some pretty good volume. And they're solutions provider for a whole of government travel and expense management solution. So a good day for those that were holding A8 Common. In corporate results in more detail, we had NABS up 0.6%. They've launched an on-market share buyback worth around $2.5 billion, and they expect to kick that off in mid to late August. Their SETI ratio, the CET1 capital ratio, was 12.15 at the March quarterly. They have a target range of around 10.75 to 11.25. So NABS, this is now around 3% of the company they're buying back. So this follows on the back of the ANZ announcement that they were going to buy back $1.5 billion, and CBA rumoured to be buying back around $5 billion of their shares, which would be about 2.8% of their share capital. CBA results on the 11th of August. On-market buybacks, of course, are far easier than giving out special dividends. On-market buybacks can be suspended if the world turns nasty and we have another economic jolt, whereas once you've given out the cash, you're pretty much, that's it. You can't have to get it back by raising money. So far easier for the banks at the moment, and a little bit more conservative to do those on-market share buybacks. Janus Henderson were up 7.7% today. They had a Q2 adjusted earnings per share of $1.16. Consensus was around 95 cents, so a pretty good number there. Operating income adjusted was $269.3 US versus consensus of $220.5 in US dollar terms. Email payments fell 2.2%. Bit of a mixed day today for EML payments. They're partnering with MasterCard for a major COVID-19 fiscal stimulus program in Northern Ireland, but they've also had to put aside more money for their prepaid credit card business, which was a little bit of a downer for them. So down 2.2% today. AMP, ASIC has commenced civil proceedings against AMP. Mineral Resources fell 0.65% today. Full-year iron ore shipments of 17.3 wet metric tonnes versus guidance, which was slightly higher, 17.4 to 18, so a little bit light on there. Telix Pharmaceuticals up 5.5% nearly after it received authorization to decommission the first of two cyclotrons, whatever they are, housed at the Ceneref production facility. And Sezzle, not good today, down 11%. They reported Q2 merchant sales of 411.1 million, which is only up 9.6% on the quarter. Their income was up around 122%, and active customers up 95%, but still only 2.9 million, with merchants active around 40,000. And finally, Origin Energy fell 7.8%. FY21 update and guidance. They're expecting to see an impairment charge of $1.6 billion and tax expense of $669 million. They relate to energy markets, goodwill and generation assets. Bit of corporate doublespeak there. Previously issued FY guidance remains unchanged. Asian markets again weak, and the economic side of things, we had producer prices for the June quarter rising 0.7% to be up 2.2% for the year. Over in Europe, not a lot happening so far. Robin Hood debut in the US didn't go off too well. Looks like it was ambushed a little bit by the Sheriff of Nottingham. That's it from me today. Thanks very much for listening, and have a great weekend.